Electric locomotive. An electric locomotive is a locomotive powered by electricity from overhead lines, a third rail or onboard energy storage, such as a battery or a supercapacitor. Electric locomotive with onboard fuel remover, such as a diesel engine or gas turbine, are classed as diesel electric or gas turbine electric, and not as electric locomotive because the electric generator or motor combination serves only as a power transmission system. Battery electric. BNSF and WABTEC, formerly e-Transportation, are developing a battery electric high horsepower road locomotive, the type that move freight trains between Seattle and Chicago. Once all the equipment and support systems are in place, the plan is to run tests between Stockton and Barstow, California, 315 miles in the beginning 2020. BNSF and other railroads already using low horsepower battery electric locomotive in urban rail yard. Never diesel hybrid switchers save fuel and reduce greenhouse gas emission by shifting power to bank of batteries while idling. That technology is particularly important because cities have high concentration of noxious emission. What's different about today's batteries is that they are significantly more powerful than before, and manufacturers have improved battery quality, reliability, and technology so we are able to test their power of our road locomotive, said BNSF. Michael Seflan, Senior Manager Emerging Technology. Last year, BNSF and WABTEC California Air Resource Board joined forces to begin developing a 1000% battery electric red locomotive prototype that works with conventional diesel locomotive to make a battery electric hybrid consist. Consist refer to when two or more locomotives are coupled together. BNSF prototype will use a battery cell similar to what you might find under the hood of an electric car. It is lithium-ion energy storage unit with cells that contain a combination of nickel, manganese, and cobalt. In terms of size and packaging, however, it's on totally different scale. Once fully developed, the battery electric locomotive is expected to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emission. It will have battery with approximately 20,000 cells and future versions may have as many as 50,000 cells. While in the rail yard, the consist will shut down diesel engine when possible. It will change over to a battery electric locomotive with unit which also reduce noise. Once on the road, they can graze on battery power when the train is cruising through open landscape saving hundreds of gallons of diesel. The question arises, why not just install overhead power lines and bring back the old Milwaukee Little Joe electric locomotive? Many trains in Europe and in the northeastern US still draw power from overhead electric lines. In the Pacific Northwest, the Milwaukee Road, the last transcontinental line to be built, electrified its length across the Rocky Mountains and to the Pacific Ocean starting in 1915. However, the Milwaukee Road replaced electric locomotive completely in 1974 before it and served in 1918. The chief defense of electrification is the high cost from infrastructure, overhead lines, or third rail substation and control system. Thus, were particularly high in the sparsely populated western part of our country, which has lower volume of freight and passenger traffic. Today, battery-operated trains are a key component of the railroad green strategy, according to the American Association of Railroads (AAR) in 2017 alone. U.S. freight railroad consumed 732 million fewer gallons of the fuel and emitted 8.2 million fewer tons of carbon dioxide than they would have if their fuel efficiency had remained constant since 2000. EER said U.S. freight railroad on average move on ton of freight 479 miles per gallon of the fuel. By comparison, a truck passing a bridge on the Columbia and Snake River can haul a ton of weight 579 miles on a single gallon of fuel. Battery electric in Indonesia. PT Inka developed battery-powered railroad technology. Not only producing LRT trains with the machines, PT Inka also developed the manufacture of battery-powered trains. The development of this battery-powered trains technology so that electricity consumption needed when running a trains become more efficient. PT Inka has partnered with vendors and university to develop battery-powered trains. Development of technology launched by the Director of Manager of PT Inka to develop battery technology for railroad transportation mode. PT Inka cooperates with several vendors and universities to find a battery consumption formulation that ideal for trains. With batteries, it is expected the electricity consumption needed to run a railroad transportation fleet is more efficient because the energy used to drive trains is stored in batteries. So with this technology of for electricity needed only when charging the battery alone. The use of battery energy in trains is relatively new. During this time, the use of more batteries apply to motorcycle and car. For the application of this technology, it will be used on trains with short distance such as commuter line. From a technology aspect, the use of battery energy to drive trains can be done. Only the strength of the battery must be taken into account given the heavier good being pulled. The specification of the battery used by the train must be large in capacity because the power capacity is large. In addition, the charging time must be low. In addition, the charging time must also be fast.